Great. At this stage, let's look at addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of algebra. In other words, you can say operations on algebra. What do we mean by that? Just adding algebra. How does it go? Is it the same as numbers? Good. We know very well that when you write 2 plus 3, the answer is what? 5. Simple. In the same vein, algebra, x plus x, the answer is 2x. The best way to understand algebra is to see the variables as items that you know in everyday life. So I can consider the x as mangoes. So you know this is 1. That is also 1. And normally we don't want to write. So 1 mango plus another 1 mango will produce what? 2 mangoes. So the x is a mango for me, just like I will spell mango. 2 mangoes. That is what it stands for, mango. So if I have this 4y plus 7y, maybe apples. 4 apples plus 7 apples will give me what? 11 apples. So this is just an identity of the item you are dealing with, period. For that matter, you know that you can only add like items. So if I have 2a plus 3b, the answer remains 2a plus 3b. Why so? How can you add cassava and oranges? It's impossible. I have 2 oranges. I'm adding 3 tubers of cassava. What will be your answer? You can't say cassava orange. There's nothing called cassava orange. So you separate them. You count them separately. So see algebra as such. You are free. In the same way, you cannot subtract. So 5p minus 3q is the same. You copy the same thing there. 5p minus 3q. Why so? Because you can't have 5 pineapples and expect someone to go and bring out, take away. Subtraction is take away. Take away 3 maybe pears or 3 guavas. You can't take 3 guavas from 5 pineapples. It's impossible. That is what we mean. So make sure they are like terms. That is the only way you can subtract and add algebra. Are you okay? Like terms, they must have the same identity, the same powers. So example is 3a squared plus 4a cube. You can add them. Why? This is cube and this is what? Squared. They are not the same. You can't add them. That is a picture about addition and subtraction of algebra. Now, let's see multiplication and division. Let's see multiplication and division. Good. So with multiplication and division, it goes this way. It gives you power. So x times x gives me x squared, not 2x. Take note. The other one, it was counting. As you count them, you count 1, 2, 3. If you have 3 and you add 2, it becomes 5. So you count them. So you continue 4, 5. You get 5 of that item. This one is in volume. Multiplication brings an increase, but in power, it increases in power. Multiple increases in power, not in number. So that is the only difference. This one gives you power. Take note. So x times s is x power 2. Why? This is power 1. That is power 1. That is what it means. They use powers. They don't use numbers. So if I have x power 3 times x power 4, my answer is x power 7. It increases. So you add their powers. You don't add the quantities. You add their powers. So 3a squared times 4b power 5 a power 3. What is the answer? As for this, it's a normal multiplication we know, so you just do justice to that. So 3, 4 is what? I get my 12. After that, give me what? A power 5. Do you agree? You add their powers. Good. And the b there's b power 5 here, so I put b power 5. This is my final answer. Is it not so simple? So this one increases in powers, so add their powers. With division, what do? Division brings about a reduction, so subtract their powers. Subtract their powers. So let's look at the one down here. 35a power 4 b power 5 divided by 7a power 8 power 2 b power 8. What does it mean? 7 will divide 35 how many times? 5 times. You know, 7 5 35. Then this one, the 2 will cancel power 4, remaining 2 here. Do you agree? You subtract their powers, so you are subtracting. This one, 5, right, will be subtracted from, or will cancel 8, remaining how many? 3. Do you agree? So at the end of the day, the top is 5 a squared. A squared is left here. B is finished at the top. Then the down, A is finished down. B power 3 down. But the examiner always expects you, unless otherwise stated, expect you to write it in linear form. What does it mean? The denominator must join the numerator. So you bring it up. Whilst it's coming, it's crossing a border. It's just like equal sign. It's crossing a border. So when crossing a border, your power must change. So if you are negative, your power changes to become what? Positive. If you are positive, your power changes to become what? Negative. I hope it's clear. So you write it linear by putting it in this format. Are you okay? So that is how simple it is. So now we can move on. So we know addition, multiplication, and division, extension, period. Multiplication and division increase in power or reduces in power, but addition and subtraction increases or reduces in number, quantity. So we attach it down. Take note. That's the difference. All right. Quickly, let's look at factorization. Factorization. It comes from the word factor. I know a factor of something is things that come together to make that thing happen. When you watch the videos on real number system, you understand it better. Here, to factorize an expression means that to bring the highest common factor outside a bracket. That's all. Bring the ACF, that is the highest common factor of each of the items involved in the operation given to you, outside the bracket. There are 4 main types of factorization. The common factor type, which is this one we are going to start with. Then we have difference of 2 square. We also have a method of grouping. Then quadratic factorization, which we are going to apply calculator and getting them. We use calculator to get a factorization. We are free. I'll show you how to use calculator to factorize quadratic, whether paper 1 or paper 2, and you are free. Bonus for you. So expect that video. Now let's see. The common factors example is like this. So 2x squared plus 6x. You pick them one after the other. Pick the numbers. That's the coefficient. What is the ACF of 2 and 6? Is 2. You know it. If you watch real number system, you understand why it is 2. If you don't understand here, I hope you understand. It's 2. Then what's the ACF of s square and x? Is x. The one too, if you watch real number system, get it. When they are odd numbers with a variable, just pick the lowest power. Finish. You are free. You bring your bracket. You are done. Then 2 times what will give you 2 is 1. X times what will give you s squared. You know is what? Another x. X times s squared plus 2 times what will give you 6 is 3. Then s times what will give you what? Is 1. Right? Which is multiply. So at the end of the day, we get what? 2x into bracket x plus 3. Because we can choose to eliminate this one. It's the same. This is the final answer. You have factorized. This is the common factor. Look at more examples here. Pause the video, copy them, and factorize outside, and see how their answers were produced. That is how. So now